Mic on. Hi guys, how are you guys doing today? I'm gonna look and see who all is in the house right now. We have got Miss Nerdy. Oh my goodness. Why did I? Oh, I don't have the things turned on. I'm gonna have to replay that, Nerdy. I am so sorry. Yeah, it's like I saw it and then didn't do it. And yeah. Turning all the things on. Yeah, that might help. Why did that not turn on? There we go. So now we got all the things on, I think. Okay, so Nerdy says it's okay. No, it's not. Let me rearrange my screens again. Anywho, I'm kind of, I've been having issues sleeping. That's been my problem. Here's the thing. I didn't know it wasn't going off because I could hear it as I've been wandering around as I had to go and get more coffee and things. Hey, Miss Idaline. So I didn't know the things were not popping up on the screen. So I apologize. I didn't check that yet. Okay, I was going to go on to Tangia so I can play Miss Nerdy's thing because she is super awesome and I love you. So.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message. I love you. Now back to our show.
So it had to go. Yeah, it had to go up there. Anyhow, yeah, I don't know what's going on with me. It's like I wake up a lot and I try not to make myself wake up too much. I get up, go to the bathroom and come back because otherwise I am really going to not be able to go back to sleep because it's just that little bit. Yeah, anyhow. And so I do that all the time. I'm also trying moving things on different screens this time. So hopefully I am actually looking at the camera when I'm actually looking at the screen. So hopefully it'll be better. Anyhow, we'll see how that does. Today we are going to be looking at all of the new club kits from Spellbinders. Well, I'm going to show you guys all of them because I'm going to pull up the screen. But I've got 4. So far. A lot of times the wax seal of the month and the better press of the month come late. Usually it's before now. Hello, Miss Lynn. Welcome in. Let me do a couple more things. There's that chat. Awesome. That one's there. So I can give people like Miss Nerdy a shout out because Nerdy plays games on Twitch and you need to go and follow her if you're not already doing it. Also, just a reminder, I did have someone comment on one of our most recent live streams because they were in for the replay. I love my replay, folks, so thank you so much for that. But the alerts and things that show up on the screen having to do with ads, those are for the live ads on Twitch. So when Twitch has a live ad, stuff shows up on my screen, and I just realized that I put my bits goal thing right over where it's going to show. So I'm going to switch that to the other side real quick. Or take it down because it's not necessary, I guess. I don't do all the things that I'm supposed to do on Twitch, but you know. Ooh, you were playing Oblivion. I need to do that. Oh my God. I haven't had time. It's like I've got too much stuff I need to get done this week. And yeah, we've got a new summit coming up. If you've already gotten your email from Justine and Laurel, I'm hoping that you will hold out until I'm able to send out my first one, which is going to be tomorrow. Because I am in that summit. Ruth, I'm talking to everybody. What? I do love Ruth. She says, did you read my comment yet? Let me see if I can pull up the right thing. I'm just trying all of my things. So yeah, Ruth is wanting to bug me. Love you, honey. Let's see. Scrolling up. Oh. Ruth says... Todd, listen. Ruth says, you have a mini guest staring at you, behind you. I told Todd I was going to wait and see how long it took somebody to notice my little friend. Yes, I have a Grogu now. I actually have a couple. Todd gave me this for our anniversary, which was yesterday. But yeah. He loves to give me, he's giving me coffee cups and stuff like for Christmas because, yeah, Anyway, it's fun. But this, I now have a squishy. He's squishy. He's a squishy Grogu. Isn't he cute? And yeah, he is hanging out with us. I'm going to actually move him off to the side so that it's not actually blocking everything. This is my rolling cart, or one of my rolling carts. But yeah, so we are going to be having on the 4th, we are doing a May the 4th live stream with Elizabeth Costa Rogers and Mary's Crafty Creation. That's going to be Sunday. You've probably already seen, if you go to any of our channels and you look at the lives page, you're going to see a new thumbnail there that has my Grogu on the front. Thank you, Adeline. Adeline says happy anniversary. So far, nobody's meowing at you, I don't think. Oh, Adeline says she received the card from me. Fabulous. Okay. Anything else I'm missing at the moment? Okay. Don't think so. Don't think so. Lynn says happy anniversary. Adelaide says 11th year. No, it's actually 14. It's 14 years this guy's had to put up with me. And he's still here. I haven't figured that one out yet. Okay, anything else? Ruth wants to know, did I give Todd the confetti card for my anniversary? Mwahaha. And the answer to that was no. I'll be honest, most of the time when I give him a card, he gives it back so I can give it to somebody else or donate or whatever. So I didn't make him a card this year. Instead, we went out for, well, he did all this stuff. Yeah, he's awesome. We went out for sushi yesterday for lunch, and yeah, it was a nice chill day. And we basically decided that we are going to take a vacation because we haven't done that in I don't know how long. I'm thinking it's probably been at least 5 years since we did a complete unplug. So we're going to probably do that. Of course, it's not going to be a complete unplug if I have my plans. I'm hoping to go down and see Ashley, although I have not asked her yet. That's with Artist Breeze. So fingers crossed. I'll be able to set up a time that is good for her and for us at the same time. Sushi, yes. We had sushi. Thank you so much, Vanessa. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, guys. Love you guys. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started on the things. Let me pull up I'm going to close that screen, move that over, close that screen. I have to close all the screens just to get to this screen. This is the one that y'all are interested in. So here are the new clubs for, I'm going to have to change this. I think I had actually, the reason the screen looks a little bit odd, and I'm going to move it and make it look hopefully better so you can actually see all the things, is that I was trying to resize it so that it worked better on the screen. Hey, Jen, welcome in from New Jersey. Yay, thank you. So anyway, here are the clubs. I'm going to try letting you see them. Yeah. And so this is basically the what we've got. We've got 10 clubs. I right now have 4. Hey, Bethany. I have 4. And aren't these guys so stinking cute? It's where I opened up my package. It's like, what? We have crayons? Oh my goodness, that is too cute. So I have the abstract background. I have the pencils. I have crayons. I have more crayons. I don't have the small die of the month, which is, I'm ordering that. I don't have the large die of the month, which I need to look at it and decide, do I want that one for this month or not? I don't get the stitching. I'm waiting for the Better Press, which is going to be a really cool background. Let me go ahead and show you guys that one. This is the Better Press of the month. And isn't that background so cool? It's alphabet. It's just alphabet. You complete my alphabet from A to Z. You inspire me. So I think that is super fun. So yes, I want that one. So I'm waiting. And then I definitely am going to have... Queen! Oh my goodness, honey! I was not expecting that. Thank you, Clean. So Good Clean Gamer, love him. He is the cleanest he's the cleanest channel on Twitch. He plays a lot of clean games, very family friendly. His munchkin comes and hangs out with him a bunch. So you guys definitely need to go and follow him if you are not already doing so. Let me click the shout out button. Oh, I hit the wrong button because it was scrolling. Goodness. Sorry. I got to do it again. Okay, here we go. This one is the one for Clean. So I gave Kawazuki a shout out, and I need to check out your channel to see if you do streaming. It says, I've got no idea what Kawazuki does, but I'm sure it's poggers. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, happy to give you a grade. I don't get to very often. So when I saw you streaming, it was a no-brainer. Thank you. You are just so sweet. I love you to death. Thank you so much. So I don't know of a lot of you guys that were on his stream have any interest whatsoever in card making or any of that stuff. We like to make pretty things and give them to people. So on my live streams, what I do is we'll look at some stuff, we'll make something, and it's usually stuff with that's new stuff, but this time it's got crayons. It's like, to me, it looks like back to school stuff. Anyway, we're going to be making a cool card like that, and I will be giving it away to somebody in the live stream. So at the end, after we're done, you have to enter the giveaway in order to get a chance to win. So stick around. We'd love to have you. And everybody that is regular in here, give a big, warm Debbie J's Crafting Corner welcome to all of our new folks. I would love to see a bunch of hearts and things in the chat. Oh, and Avenger Fox just followed Clean. Awesome. So, okay. Ruth says, let me get to the right thing. From a Spellbinders email, it seems there is an add-on for the fridge. More dies for the fridge. Very possible. I have not looked to see what the Caboodle Bundle bonus is yet. Okay, so we're going to continue looking on at these. So I think this one is really cute. The 3D embossing folder. So yes, I will be getting that. I will be ordering that. It's basically the books. Oh my God, it's Anne. Hi, Anne. I think. Daffy.
Brother, what a way to run a railroad.
Hey, Christina. Welcome, welcome. Miss it. At some point, I have to show that to Todd, but hey. So, hi, Anne. Welcome in, honey. Clean says, I'm not sure if you enjoy puzzle games, but if so, you should absolutely try Blueprints. It's turned into his favorite puzzle game ever. I do play some things on my phone because, yeah, I get bored. And a lot of them are really I'm actually installing like 3 different ones because they're boring me. And I'm uninstalling them when I decide, okay, I just can't do this anymore. I'm finding a different one. So I do wind up keeping one on my phone for when I'm out and about, which I'm never out and about. But anyway, Christina said, I watched another reveal this morning and they definitely showed food inside the fridge as an outside club's add-on. Fabulous. So I definitely need to finish looking through these. Like I said, I have not looked through all this stuff. I did see the things that I already had, and I've just been busy enough that I have not gone into the influencer side much to see what all extras and stuff there are, but we will take a look at those. Okay, so we've got the embossing folder, the 3D embossing folder of the month. And, oh, I'm on the wrong screen. Oh, where's my main page? Oh, it's because I know what I did. Let's go back to the main page. Oh, that's not the main page. I'm getting lost. Clicking clubs. There we go. Okay, so we've got the wax seal of the month, which I have not looked at yet because I don't have it yet. The stencil of the month is super cute with all the pencils. I'm looking to see what else do I not have. I have the clear stamp and die. Well, thank you so much for the bits, honey. You rock. Thank you. Thank you so much. So Anne just gave me 500 bits over on the Twitch. So thank you, hun. So I'm scrolling down to see what the caboodle is. So this talks about what the caboodle is. You get a big savings by getting all of the things, okay? And you get a bonus. Look at the crayons. I love this. Okay. Okay, so this is the one that they're talking about. So this is the caboodle add-on, okay? And in order to get the caboodle add-on, it's spell it out fridge staples. So in order to get the add-on, you have to get the caboodle bundle, which includes all of the fun things. Hey, Cam, welcome in. Christina says it was not the caboodle bundle. Oh, maybe it's not. Oh, okay. Add to cart. I can't add it to cart yet. I think I have to make sure that I'm logged in, because if you are already on any of the clubs, you should be able to yeah, I think I need that. You guys got to tell me, do I need that? I think that's why Anne was giving me the bits, so that she'd give me a little to go towards that, because I think I need that. It's even got a ketchup bottle. Look at that. It's got eggs, ketchup bottle, milk. That is cute. Ooh, I wonder if it has the die to do the fridge. Doesn't say, but I'm sure I can find out. Because that's cute. I want that now. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's just got all of the pieces. Oh, it says it coordinates with the large die of the month. So let's go back and look at the large die of the month, which I don't have yet. The large die of the month apparently is a fridge. That's the one I had not looked at. That is cute. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That is friggin' adorable. that tells me that that's going to be some shaped cards. What do you guys think? Kim says, I am not an enabler. Or you're not going to be an enabler. Why not? This is too cute. Oh my goodness. Okay, I want to see what the caboodle bundle, what the caboodle thing is. So I like that that's an extra thing that you can get. But like I said, there's usually a caboodle add-on. So I'm clicking on the caboodle membership thing. And I do not see where it says what the bonus is. So maybe they didn't do that this month. I know sometimes they make changes that I don't know about, and it is what it is. Okay, thank you so much for the lurk. So Clean's he's got stuff to do. Like I said, he's got a small kid. I don't know how old he is. I think he's probably like 10 or 12. But yeah, he's got a munchkin that he has to keep an eye on and stuff. So okay. Hey, Christina says, why not? That cracked me up. Okay, so the ones that I've got, let's go ahead and get away from that screen. I also have something else to show y'all too that's not Spellbinders related, and that's because there is another company who had their new collection pop open like within the last couple of days. I think I told you about Trinity Stamps, and last week we made a card using one of the Trinity stamps that's not available yet, but the rest of the collection is. So I had it out. The cards that we made are these guys. This is the one that we made on stream, and then I made a second one with the other pieces that I colored. So these are both from Trinity Stamps. This is the espresso terrestrial coffee co. It's like a little bitty tiny stamp set. Absolutely adorable. Let me show you guys what's on the site now, though. And down in the link for my favorite companies, Trinity Stamps is listed there. So there is an affiliate link down there for you to be able to get to the products. And it's on the main page. Yeah, it is absolutely. They all have such cute ones. Why am I on the wrong page? What's new? Going under what's new. And look. Yeah, we've got rocket ship, we've got It got a spaceship. We've got these, which are these little characters that can be beamed up. I think that is too cute. This one is planets, and then the die for the planets, and then a stencil for all of the things. This one's got some little aliens in it. I do not. I've only got three of the things. I've used two of them. I've got three of the things. This one is little gnomes. I mean, how stinking adorable. And what was so fun is that at Creativation, the Trinity Stamps design team and the Pear Blossom Press design team all got to create multiple things to show off at the booth. So if you've watched any of the Creativation booths, Creativation videos where the people were at the were at the Pear Blossom Press and or Trinity Stamps booths, and you got to see some of the stuff that the design team did. So I think these are all just super cute. This is one of the ones that I have. And if I remember right, they used one of my, yeah. So this is my card that I did, that I posted for that. Hey, Ramona, welcome in. Thank you so much. First timer here. Love your creations. You guys give her lots of love. So yeah, this is one of the ones that I did for the show. So I no longer have this one. I left it there. So Amanda's got it. All that splatter on the back is all Simon Hurley solar spray. It was the first time I had used it. And I love how this little guy turned out. So anyway, that was mine. But there are more things. I mean, look at the alien. These guys are just so stinking cute. Everything is adorable. Everything is just stinking adorable. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, head over to Trinity Stamps. Like I said, there is a link I've got some links down below that are part of Link Deli. That is, you go to, yay, we've got hearts on the screen. But it's a Link Deli link that says favorite stores. Go into that one. You're going to find an affiliate link for Trinity Stamps if you're interested in any of those things. So that way she knows that I sent you. Okay, we're going to get back to what we're going to actually be. Not my face, the other one. Other button. We're gonna put these away. We're going to let Grogu kind of just sit off beside me and kind of hang out. And these are the ones that I actually have in my hand. So these are the ones we get to play with. I thought I heard a kitty. It's not Yoda. It's baby Grogu. And I did mention in Elizabeth's live stream last night, that when she was showing her tiny ones, that I do have some that are tinier than what she has at this point, I think. Because this is what else Todd gave me. They're the littlest, teeniest, weeniest little Grogus I think there are. I mean, look at those. I think they're like a centimeter tall, and they're just so freaking cute. I'm not wearing them because you wouldn't be able to see them behind my headphones anyway. Okay, so Grogu's going to sit off to the side and just kind of hang out. If you missed our live stream on Tuesday, I thought I'd go ahead and share that card again so you guys can see this is given away. So no, you can't have it. I will be mailing it. And then I was playing with some stamps, which reminded me because Elizabeth did the same kind of thing last night. I just got my first set of stamps and my first set of... Okay, you want to do that again?
No, because it's not as funny.
Okay, so yeah, the Todd likes Grogu. And what's so funny is we just saw Mandalorian recently, and this is not in the center. There we go. I know, those earrings are just so teeny weeny. Now I'm looking at another screen and I see it again. It's like Idolize says meow. He's outside. He probably didn't hear me. I just yelled at. So he may have heard it. He may not have heard it. Anyway, I just got some things in from Waffle Flour. So I will be doing a video making something else with this, although how I can make it different. I love the way this one turned out. But it's their postage stamp ones. And I have wanted it and just not ever gotten around to getting one of the postage stamp sets. So I got the one that is beachy. And that is my first card, just goofing around. Yeah, while I was waiting for something on my computer to finish doing what it was doing. But isn't that just adorable? And this is the part I like the best. Mine. 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 But yeah, super cute. Okay, enough of that. We're going to play with this stuff. So first we've got the crayon creations. And you've got all the pieces to make crayons. And you give them, they've got 3 different ways that you can have their arms and legs. Isn't that just adorable? So you can make them run around and do things. Sentiments. You are the boldest crayon in the box. To the best students. To the best teacher. So these I think are really good for back to school, you know, things to give to your student, your kids' teachers, your grandkids' teachers, even to them saying, hey, you're doing a wonderful job, that kind of thing. We got one that says, yay. And then we've got one that says, you're the brightest crayon I know. So it could be used for things other than back to school because the crayons are just friggin' adorable. Now this is a stencil set. Okay, so it's got, like the stencil says, mine. Yes, Christina, I know, exactly. I bug him a bunch. Sometimes when we're going to sleep, I'll just start saying mine while I'm laying there, and it just irritates him. Okay. Bethany says, that's so funny. My book club on Tuesday had a whole discussion on Grogu. Well, we just binge watched all of it. Right now we're binge watching Marvel. Yeah. So we just finished watching WandaVision, which I didn't even know was a thing. We just finished watching that. And now we're watching Agatha All Along. It's just so funny. My little Bethany says, my littles all have a Grogu in their bed. Danny's is as big as hers. Ellie stole hers from Frankie, and Frankie has 3 plus a blanket. Well, and my little Grogu is so squishy. He's a squishy Grogu. I love it. It was just too cute. I also noticed that I do talk kind of baby talk a lot lately, and I don't really know why. Anyway, the stencil. So this is a really fun stencil. Hey, Jana, welcome in. I used half of it. One thing that they have been doing with their stencils is they will give you basically sets to do 2 things. This one, I think that looks kind of cool. I have not used it yet. I used this other one, Let Go. It looks like I've got a little adhesive something on there, so let me get that off. This one makes pencils. So I had to do it. So as soon as I got it in, like 2 months ago, month ago, something like that. As soon as I got it in, I had to try it out. So I've got a pencil. This is actually a card base. So I actually did it on the card base, which I don't do very often. Anyhow, so that's that one. So we've got crayons. We've got pencils. Super cute pencils. You can do all different colors if you want. I just did traditional yellow number 2 pencils, right? Although those are little fatties, so they might just be the little kids ones. Anyhow, then we've got Scribbled a Note, which is a bunch of another bunch of pencils on Glimmer. And then we've got a die to cut out as many or as few as you want, and some sentiments. Scribbled a note to say, happy birthday, thank you, congrats, and hello. So scribbled a note to say, and then whatever other sentiment you want to do. That is, I think, just super cute. Okay, and then we've got, this one is the embossing folder of the month, which I did go ahead and do one panel of, and it's called Abstract Study. So it's just got, that's kind of an interesting background. I think that'll give some good texture. It doesn't really have a design per se, but it does give good texture. Okay, so those are the things that I have. Does anyone have an opinion? Absolutely. You need the caboodle bundle. So Bethany is asking, so basically you're saying I need this whole release for the end of school year gifts and cards. Absolutely. But you need to remember that when it comes to especially dies, you don't have to just cut cardstock. You could cut vinyl. You could basically cut out vinyl things, right? You could do a lot of other things with this. I'm even thinking this would be, oh, this I think would be great to use with the artistry ink to make some permanent things, like maybe coasters or whatever for the teachers. So you could have it say, you'd have to use the mirror stamp. There is a mirror stamp for artistry so that you're able to mirror the letters. So you'd have, if you're wanting to use one of these sentiments, you need to use that. Or you could have your Scan-A-Cut or your Cricut or whatever, write out the sentiment mirrored so that you could use it as part of your design. That's an idea. But yeah, you could do all these cute little guys on a mug. I'm thinking I'm going to have to do that. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that. But aren't they just so friggin' cute? I don't think I want to do artistry today. I need to... You guys need to tell me, what would you guys like to see today? Okay, it's supposed to be like abstract books laying in all directions. That is very possible, but there are some long lines that are just kind of jagged. But yeah, it could definitely be. Kim is going to an appointment. We'll check back to see if I'm still on when you get back. That is perfectly fine. Bethany says, I think I just knew you were going to suggest artistry. I'm hanging out with you too much. Well, there's something else I want to do too as soon as I get the stuff in. I met Evan, I think his name's Evan. Yeah, Evan at Scorch Marker, and he's got some new Scorch Marker stuff. So I'm thinking this would also be cute like on wood with Scorch Marker stuff. So that's something else I'm going to be playing with. What's so fun though is you can use all of your stuff in different types of projects. It doesn't have to be cards. So you can definitely stretch it and you can make things that match. Yeah. I mean, the thing is with the artistry thing, if you're sending a kid to school with something, might as well make it something cute, right? And if you're able to, I mean, you could do, okay, Bethany, you've got small children. These are going to be good size for on front of their shirts. You could make them, you could put this on a shirt. Okay, I need to stop. Y'all need to tell me what you want me to work on today, because all of these are fun. I've already got my Glimmer system heating up. It's 12:30, so we're actually doing pretty good on time. But my sinuses are just killing me today. I am sorry about that, guys. Nobody is saying anything. So I think what I'm going to do, what I've been doing a lot lately, is I go ahead and do some. I think this pink is pretty to go. Okay. Kim is saying she wants Glimmer. So I do need to do some Glimmer. And I'm kind of thinking multiple colors. I actually even brought over, so I don't have to go and get it. I'm organized today, guys. Believe it or not. I have my rolling cart over here with my Grogu. And I also have over here in my rolling cart, I have my foils so I can pick colors. Believe it or not, I'm actually somewhat organized. So, well, this was heating up and I guess I waited too long. It doesn't feel hot anymore. There we go. I know that it's on. Oh, I think I told y'all before. Okay, I think I've told you before that when you're using your Glimmer system, you need to make sure that you plug it in. This has been sitting there like that. It didn't get hot. So now you have to plug it all the way in order for it to get hot. The button is red on there right now, so we are good there. I just have to wait for it to heat up. And I think I'm actually zoomed in a little bit too much, so I'm going to try zooming out just a little bit and see how that does. That looks better. Crayons! So Bethany says, are you making a said t-shirt for them? I have 12-ish teacher's gifts to make. Honey, no. I still owe my mother-in-law a shirt. And I haven't done. Oh, she wants butterflies though. Actually, we had a Better Press plate like a couple of months ago that I think would have been. Okay, somebody was knocking on the door. doing, honey? So Ryan had to do something. He had to do a thing. Come in. Of course, I had to look and make sure it was not the Todd. Sometimes he'll go out one door and he'll forget that the back door is locked without a wait for him to get back in unless I unlock it. So sometimes he gets locked out and he'll start banging on the windows over there. Okay, this is warming up. So let's take out our Glimmer. I love this. My problem with having this sitting here is, number one, it's going to get in the way of my garbage can. And number two, it's going to get in the way of the Todd because he'll get irritated. But yeah. You thought you'd give me a break from the gnomes? Oh my goodness. Okay, so we've got this guy. Let's see, what color do we want to do and what color cardstock do we want to go on? I think I'm going to start with white. I do that a lot. But we could do some ink blending on it first because we can die cut all of these out. We don't have to, but we can. So I think I'm going to do 2 of them. Let's do 2 panels. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to get out my Altenew. This thing's stained anyway already. There's nothing I can do about staining. So I've got that. We're just going to do some ink blending on a couple of panels. And why not rainbow colors, right? So we've got red and yellow and blue and orange and purple. I very rarely put any green into it. Hey, Cynthia from Oahu. We've got folks in here from Hawaii, guys. Okay, put some emotes in there. Put something in there for I want the hearts, but I'm also wanting palm trees. Put some palm trees in the chat for her. Okay, that one is brown and black. This one is green. Don't need that one. Blue and red. Taking out all my things. Okay. And like we normally do, I'm going to start off. Hey, Shay. How you doing, honey? Welcome in. Happy to see you're here, hun. Just make sure that at the end, when we're giving away a card, you're able to type into the chat so that you can get in on the giveaway. Right, guys? Okay, I pulled too much stuff out on my desk again. I have been having fun. I'm sorry. I am just having fun. I got a lot of stuff I still need to get done, but I am super tickled about a lot of the things. I just was looking through my my May new collection stuff that don't come out for another couple weeks. And you know what? I really, really want to play with them now. And some of that stuff will go great with what we're using. Some of it's going to work really, really great with the things that we're playing with today. So it's kind of cool when they do that. They don't always do that, but Spellbinders does have a tendency to make sure that things coordinate pretty well. Okay, I'm going to do some red next, and then I can go back and do some orange in the middle. So I'm going to do yellow, red, and blue, and then do the inner stripes or the crossover areas with the other colors. And I've told you guys lots and lots of times that the best way to get really good blending and get nice deep color, pineapple on pizza. Thank you, Ryan. But the way to get really good color and really nice blending is multiple layers of your paper, of your your ink. Now, depending on what cardstock you're using, you may be able to get better results with less ink. I'm still using, I think this is actually Nina Solar White. I had bought it originally because I wanted it for card bases, and the package says it's 100 pound, but this does not feel like 100 pound. So I'm using it for regular. And I went back to Michael's for card base because I like the thickness. I do like the feel of their heavy weight, which is 110 pound, 300 GSM. However, Spellbinders feels better. I have not tried doing blending on Spellbinders paper because the papers that I've got from Spellbinders so far are all colored or they're that nice metal stuff. So at some point I need to try out some of their white. Okay, so we're going to go back in with the purple and orange, and then I'm going to go back over everything again. Best you got. Honey, you're doing fine. Okay, this is actually pretty nice and hot. I'm going to go ahead and put my Glimmer plate down on the Glimmer system to let the plate heat up. Turning it off and back on. Hey, Cece, welcome in. And then we're going to do, I said we're going to do orange and purple next. So let's do orange. And then we're going to do some purple. And then I'm going to come back in with the yellow and red and blue. And I may or may not need to go back in with the orange and purple because those colors are already going to blend. And I've already got some overlap there. Okay. Put those back off to the side. Let's do yellow again. I mean, another option, instead of doing the background first, like what I'm doing, you could just color it. You could just go ahead and glimmer on your white cardstock, which I may do for the other panel because this didn't take long to go. So it's just basically a couple of different looks. This is going to make it so that I'm going to glimmer and cut these guys out is what my plan is for this panel. And I'm hoping that you guys can see this. It's where the white is really not showing through as much. I think I do need to go back over that part. It's kind of a little bit splotchy up at the top, but it's not going to be really seen because these are going to be die cut out anyway. Hey, Karen, welcome in. Welcome, welcome. I love it that you guys decide to come and hang out with me while I'm making stuff. You guys rock. What do you think? Is that good enough or do we need more color anywhere? So I zoomed in so you guys can see it pretty well. So do I need to add any more color anywhere? Or do you think that is good? Okay, so Bethany says that she is going, she's got a work call and hubby is going to call on me for his lunch break any minute now. Understand. Thank you so much for coming in though, Bethany. I really love it when you're here. I miss you. We need to work together. We need to get some crafting done together. We're going to have to do a live together at some point. Thank you, Nerdy. I love the rainbow. Rainbow has kind of been my thing lately. If any of you, some of y'all may or may not have noticed that I've kind of changed my backgrounds on most of my videos, and all my things have got like this rainbow watercolory background thing that I've been doing lately. Okay, so this has heated up. It's actually heated up twice. So let's see. And those are actually somewhat thick. Oh, let me zoom out again. They are somewhat thick lines, when you're doing it with the better press, you get a lot finer of lines. Okay, we know that. On Glimmer, a lot of times the lines are a bit thicker, which means you get thicker spaces for your Glimmer, for your foil to go. So, yeah, we did one at one point. I think we did, we either did Glimmer or we did Artist Spray, or I think we may have done both at some point, which means they're still up on my YouTube channel somewhere. I've got several different ones where I've got guests on. So for this one, I think I'm going to go with this stuff. This one is Speckled Aura. So you'll be able to see the speckling on all those places. Before I do that, let me heat set this real quick. I don't think it really matters, but I think that if it's heat set in my brain anyway, it's telling me that it would probably adhere better. It probably doesn't matter because I'm sure that the heat from the Glimmer is going to bake out any moisture that would be in the card anyway, right? Okay, so, and I think I've used quite a bit of this one. I'm gonna have to make sure. I don't know if I've got another roll of this or not. Some of my things I know I've got extra rolls. Okay, so if you are new to hot foiling, and that means Glimmer System, Gemini Foil Press, any other, I think there's a couple of other ones that are called Foil Press. We Are Makers Foil Quill, which may or may not still be out there, but I know a lot of folks have got them. Any of those things that say that they are for heat, make sure that you're using a hot foil. Glimmer foil is always going to be a hot foil. It's also one reason why you want to keep it in the original packaging so you know what kind of foil it is. Jana says that she loves the blending. Yeah. So the way that this works, you always want the shiny side to be facing away from your paper, okay? The matte side, this gray side, has actually got an adhesive built into it that is heat activated. So you've got the heat that's going to activate that adhesive, and then you're going to have the pressure of all those little pieces, all those little raised areas being pressed into the paper when we run it through our die cutting machine. So the way that we're going to do this, and you can use some tape to hold it in place to make sure it doesn't shift, but we're going to put this down right over the top. Before I do that, let's move this into the center. One thing I did for myself, so I have a little bit more of a guide, is I put some little tick marks in the corners on parts of it, so I know that it's basically A2. Those marks are the corners of my cardstock. Okay, we're going to put this down. Going to have those tips right about where my A2 marks are, and then we put down our thin shim. This is also a heat protective thing, so I don't really know the wording for it, but it helps to block, it helps to keep the heat in there. And then we're going to put our spacer pad on top and hit the button. Now this is a bigger plate, so if you don't get a good, okay, Miss Lurky, nerdy, you can lurk, honey. So if you don't get good coverage the first time around, like you try it and and you don't really get as good a foiling as you don't want, it's splotchy, whatever, you can just double heat it. And what I mean by that is you turn it off and then turn it back on and let the whole system heat back up again. And sometimes doing that a couple of times, maybe one or two extra times, gives you enough heat to transfer that really well. Okay. Doesn't always. I have had some that for whatever reason it doesn't work. And I think sometimes I just get, just like with anything else, sometimes you just don't get a good foil. It just doesn't. I think I've got a couple of rolls of foil. I know I've got one roll of foil that really doesn't like to transfer. Hi, Ilka. Welcome in. welcome. I'm glad that I've got that up at the top. So if you're hearing me talk to people that you don't see in the chat, that's because they're on the other platform. We are streaming right now to both YouTube and to Twitch. And up at the top, you see this one from Jana is a YouTube, and this one from Ilka is one over on Twitch. So you can see each other's posts as long as it doesn't go by too fast. Also, you can always go over to the other platform too. I love having you guys on both of them. It definitely helps both of my channels on the algorithm for both of them. Okay, this says it's done. Okay, so the timer light is green. Let's pull out our die cutting machine. I'm using the Platinum 6. This one is my favorite because it's compact, it folds up, it's under my desk nicely, and it still does all the other things that you expect them to do, like doing good foiling, good embossing, good die cutting. You also need to be careful with this because sometimes you can make it jump. This is one of those things that I haven't had in a little bit of a time. On a sunset beach sounds wonderful. What? Oh, Karen says it's like a sunset on the beach. I know, right? I mean, I got married in Venice, Florida, on the beach at sunset. That's what we did. Ooh. Okay, so you can see those imprints, right? So, yeah. Yeah. So this time, 14 years ago, we were in Venice, Florida. And I want to go back, and we may be actually making a trip in a couple of weeks to do that. I need to get all of my first of the month stuff done. Need to make sure I get all the things that I need to get done before I take a weekend to go do that. But I'm going to try contacting Ashley with Artistry since she's down that way and see if she wants to get together. Maybe take me on a tour of the facilities and stuff, because I think that would be super fun. And if that happens, y'all will get video. Well, if she says it's okay, y'all will get video. I'm pretty sure she'll say it's okay. Okay, you guys ready to see it? Oh, Jana, did you see what the Todd gave me for my anniversary? I'm going to show this one first, and then I'll show the other. But teeny weeny little Grogu's. I want one of the smaller die cut machines. I just can't justify it yet. That's the thing. Okay, we are all like that. Okay, and this one isn't the smallest one. My smallest one is my Simon Hurley Scout, and that's for if I've got like little things that I need to cut out, and it's just super cute. Love it. But again, it is one of those things that you have to. It's a tool. You have to decide that you can justify the cost on it. Yeah, I've got a lot of tools, and I love all of my tools, and I think that there is a reason for every single one of them. It's kind of like you can use your shoe as a hammer. It's not going to give you a good job. It's not going to give you good results, but you can do it, and it doesn't cost you anything. Or you can go buy a hammer. You can screw in a screw with a butter knife. Well, you guys are going to love this one then. So they're talking about my little Grogu earrings. So they're saying, oh gosh, those are adorable. Those are adorable, and my daughter will love them. Well, we have a guest. We have a guest. So I've got a little Grogu sitting on my desk. This little guy is going to be hanging out with us a lot on Sunday. Sunday is May the 4th, and we are doing a May the 4th live stream. I will be streaming both here on YouTube and on Twitch, and we will be streaming on Mary's Crafty Creations YouTube and Twitch, and we will also be streaming on Elizabeth's YouTube. She hasn't added the Twitch on, so I don't know if she's going to do that one yet, but we're going to be in all the places, so you can hang out on any of them. You can hang out on all of them. I'm going to let you know that if you do all of them, because I do this, you can open them all up in different tabs. Just make sure you mute all but one, otherwise you're going to get lots of echo. And that's always irritating. Okay, we're going to take a look and see how it turned out on that rainbow card. Oh, yes. Oh my God, yes. Look at that. Now I don't know if I want to cut it. I think I have to make another one just so I can say, yeah. Okay, love that. We also have this piece that we could do the same kind of thing on. I'm saving this because what we'll have with this one is white. We'll have gold pencils with whatever color cardstock we put them on. Like if we put it on black, it'll be, you know, the black outlining and black tips, but that is going to be gorgeous too. And we can cut them all out. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna set that to the side. I know, right? This is just so pretty. I'm gonna have to do another panel. What did I do with my other? Yeah, we're gonna do another rainbow panel because I need to cut some out. I think they're gonna be so pretty cut out. But Bethany, look at that. You were mentioned because we said something about that. I think we did a Glimmer. I know. Well, I was saying that we're going to have to do another live stream together at some point, and I'm thinking that we did a Glimmer, and I think we did an artistry together. Is that right, Bethany? I think that's what it was. Put it on another rainbow sheet. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, isn't that pretty? I mean, this was just some easy rainbow. Yeah. We could also do it on, I don't think I have any. If you have any pattern, oh, I do have some pattern paper down here. I'm going to do that. So this is what's left of a pack of pattern paper that I've had since, let me see if I can see the date on here anywhere. This one is 2017. I used to label them, okay? I haven't been buying any in quite a while. And this one had a lot of these fun, different designs for, you know, fitness, and I never used those. So I wound up using them to go inside cards as like a liner. But I do have these pretties. Ooh, how about this one? We can try it on this one. Because you could do this on pattern paper too. So let me cut a piece of this. And this is just to see how it's going to do. I have no idea if this is going to work out decent or not with those stripes being diagonal, but you know what? We're going to do it anyway. I'm still going to color one of these up, but I'm going to do this too. Do we want to do the same foil, or do we want to do a different foil? I mean, I can see the sparkly in there, but I think it would look just as good on, say, a regular, do know I have regular gold foil. I've got a lot of that. This one's gold matte. Don't really want to use the gold matte. I've got rose gold. Ooh, what's this? Okay, that's aura. That's like a silver. Do I have any regular gold in here? See, I only pulled out part of my stuff. I do have silver. I could do silver. I think this may be the one that came with the thing. My Glimmer has found a semi-permanent spot by my feet because I'm using it so much lately. Yes, my permanent spot for this is I've got basically a riser that we built, a wooden riser that's about, I don't know, 4 inch, about 6 inches high, that all of my monitors sit on, but it's got cubby space underneath, and that's where my Glimmer system lives. It lives under there. Okay, we're going to do the next one, I think, in silver, and we'll see how that turns out. I'm going to do it on this because we can. And it's been a while since I glimmered on pattern paper. And does anybody out there have excess pattern paper? Does anybody have excess pattern paper sitting around? We don't have anything like that. It's always fun to get new tools, but I know that we've also got a lot of supplies. Yeah. Mostly what I've got a lot of is things that I don't use, which is pattern paper. So we're going to try it again. We're going to do this on this striped paper while I'm coloring this one up as another one. And just put that one straight down on there. I'm putting my plates on top, and we're going to go ahead and hit the button. And we already found out that we really only need to do the button once on this one, at least with my machine. Everybody's machine is going to be different, so use what you have, okay? Starting off with the blue. I'm going to try to do this quick so I can do another one in a minute. Okay, that's straighter. Yeah, I keep on adjusting the camera because it's not straight on my face. Eventually, I'll decide to upgrade things. Hello, Miss Lori. Yeah, Lori M. Palmer says lots of pattern paper from scrapbooking days. Yeah, well, I never scrapbooked, but when I started doing this, the way my brain works, yes, I'm kind of insane, but the way my brain works is, it was the analytical side of my brain, which was telling me cost per square inch. Cost per square inch of pattern paper is less expensive when you're doing a 12 by 12 pack, especially when you can get it on sale at Michael's, like I did, than when you buy the 6 by 6. However, you wind up with a lot of paper you're never going to use. The patterns are a bit big a lot of times for your, they are a bit big for the designs you want to use for your cards. And you don't want, and the pretty ones you don't want to cut into, and it's a big 12 by 12 piece that you could get like 8, let's see, you cut them by 4, that's 4 cost. Yeah, you could get at least 8 of them. Yes, this one goes next. Okay. I was trying to remember where I was at. So my hot foil system says it's ready to go. Got to get Ellie on the bus. Fabulous, honey. Give her hugs from me. Okay, so yellow, and then we're going to come back in. I'm going to actually try to make sure I'm overlapping some. Didn't do it so much with the red. I actually had the red come down a little bit lower than I should have, but that's okay. And all we're doing for doing the blending is just layering color. That's all you're doing. You're just putting the color down and layering it on. I've got some marks on here from the edges of my brush, and as long as I put enough ink down over it, you're really not going to notice those. And that's probably because that specific brush probably needs to be replaced at this point. But these are my favorite brushes for getting a lot of ink down fast. I tried doing it with some of the smaller ones, and yeah, the smaller ones, they're great for what you can do with them, but it just does not work for when I want to do a lot of blending all at once. These big ones work fabulous for this. And I tend to be impatient a lot of times too. Okay, so I think that's actually enough purple. I just need to come back in again with the red, yellow, and blue. And this panel's probably done. Let's start with the blue up at the top. Oh, by the way, just as a reminder, come back on the 6th. The 6th is next Tuesday. So on Tuesday, we're going to be playing with the same stuff again. Unless, of course, I get the beta press in the meantime, which I'm hoping for. If it comes in between now and then, I'll probably want to play with it. But I'm probably going to play with some of the other things too. Anyway, we're going to be still playing with the club kids at noon. And then I'll be live with Elizabeth. I haven't decided what we're doing yet, but we will be live with Elizabeth Costa Rogers at 5 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday. I think that's enough blue. So we do have quite a few different live streams. I know Elizabeth is going live at 3 today, I believe. So you might want to go pop over and see her in a bit when she does that. That's 3 p.m. Eastern. And then, hey Norma, welcome in. Oh, by the way, I did see your comment when you said hello. I think it was yesterday. That was an accidental live. I was actually doing a little bit of recording and hit the wrong button. So that one has been deleted. So when you don't see that your thing is there anymore, that's why. That was not something that was supposed to go live. It was like 20 seconds. It's like, what happened? I go live for 20 seconds by accident and people show up. I love y'all. I love y'all. But I was not expecting that. Okay, so this one, I can move out of the way now and we can go ahead and run the other one through and see how it worked on the pattern paper. Because I'm thinking any pattern paper is going to work for this because you get to cut the stuff out. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this one through. Aw, you guys rock. I'm glad you like coming and hanging out. So I was just saying that we've got today's live stream, and then we've got, I know Elizabeth is going live at 3 p.m. today on her Twitch channel. I think it's her Twitch channel. Anyway, she goes live at 3 today. And then I think Mary is doing something with Lynn. I think she's doing the Lynn thing on Saturday. And then on Sunday, me and Elizabeth and Mary are going to go live together on my Twitch and YouTube, Mary's Twitch and YouTube, and Elizabeth's YouTube. I don't know if Elizabeth's going to do it on Twitch or not, but we're going to be all together. So I got the thing working. It's like, yes. So I want you to go and hang out on all the things. So you're going to have a lot of us for that. And then on Tuesday, I mean, Elizabeth does do her live streams on Monday and Wednesday also. So I'm assuming she's going to be doing them those two. And then on Tuesday, I've got 2 live streams because we're going to be playing with the Club's Kits again Tuesday morning, or Tuesday noonish. And then we're going to be live with Elizabeth Costa Rogers at 5 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday night. So yeah. Okay, so the first time I inked it up. Okay. And so pretty I had to make another one. This time we're using some pattern paper that's also rainbow. So we're going to see. Uh-oh. Cynthia says I'm on the big screen. Don't look too close. So we're trying it out. This time it's with some silver and it's on a rainbow pattern paper. So we're going to see how that turned out. So those are cute too. These, because they're not quite so vibrant. First off, silver is not quite as vibrant as gold. I love gold. Gold is just so warm and inviting. Love it. But the colors are a little more muted. This one is much brighter. I don't feel as bad cutting into this one. But we are going to do another panel that's just like this one so that I can cut into it. Okay. So let's let that heat up again. And I'm going to go ahead and heat set this real quick, just to be on the safe side. Like I said, I don't think you actually have to, but Norma says she likes both of them. Absolutely. I think these are just so friggin' adorable. And it's kind of like with the field notes that I was just playing with, that you guys got to see a couple of shorts. Field notes, there were scissors, there was a little eyeglass, there was some plants. I was thinking they look kind of like weeds. Todd told me that's a thistle. Okay, I've heard of thistle, but it looks like a weed to me. But anyway. Oh, he said a thistle is a weed. Awesome. I was right. Anyhow, let's see. What color do we want to go with this time? I think I'm going to go rose gold just because I want something different. I have the Better Press system. I don't have the Better Press plate. Yeah, I don't have the Better Press plate yet this month. I'm hoping that it's going to come in the next few days. I know I've got something coming from Spellbinders, but I'm not sure what it is. It's like, if I've got multiple things that are supposed to be coming in, I can't tell from the shipping what it is until it gets here. So, because of that, I don't know if we're going to be playing with pencils or crayons. Okay, Christina says a thistle is a pretty flower, but most people consider them weeds. So if y'all want to see what I'm talking about, do I still have that card out here? Or did I put it away? I think I put them over there, which means I can get them in a minute. Or did I? Oh, here we go. So here's one of the cards that I made. So we've got scissors, we've got a pencil, we've got the thistle, we've got a
We
little
interrupt our program
string.
to bring you this important message. I love you. Now back to our show.
Who did that? Ryan, I love you too, honey. But yeah, this is really fun to do, and I made a couple of short videos with that. And I don't remember where I just got it from. I think it was up there. There we go. And here's another one that's got the little eyeglass. So having those little bits, it's like, what do you do? Where do they go on the card? They go anywhere you want to on the card. So that's what I think is going to be fun with this. You can cut them up and make any kind of design you want on the front of your card and kind of let your imagination run wild, right? So I'm taking it again. We're going to do the shiny side up just like before. So the matte side with the adhesive is touching the cardstock. I'm going to place it down onto my Glimmer system, which is heated up off to the side. And then we put the shim and the spacer pad over the top. That's dangerous for Ryan. Why is that dangerous, Ryan? I don't understand. I don't know. Anyway. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take out our die cutting machine and we can cut these out. Now, there's one in the set. There is one die for the pencil. This saves money. This basically saves them money in manufacturing and saves you money in purchasing it because it's only the one. You basically are paying for the amount of metal. So we're going to just use the one. That does mean going through quite a few times. And Spellbinders does a real good job a lot of times of having it so that you can do one swipe and get a lot of things cut out. So they do both. Also using something else I just got in. This was a freebie over at scrapbook.com. I think it was if you ordered at least $50 or something. I don't remember. Anyway, if you're ever wanting to just get a few things and you know that you want them, then I'd say make sure that you check out, if you're on scrapbook.com, check out their freebies to see what additional things you can get for free. Okay, so Ryan said, I have to keep my imagination in a cage and only let it out for breakfast. That's funny. Okay, I noticed that this one, the one on the very end, cut it to the edge. I'll still be able to use it, I'm sure, but I'm going to go ahead and just start at the other end and start cutting these little guys out, okay? And I can hit the timer now because that is ready for its bit. So we can do that second, the second rainbow ink blended panel. And now we have a pencil. Now, if having the color on the outside bugs you, you can always cut these down by hand. It's not going to be a hard thing to fussy cut. I mean, straight lines. So you can do that too. I'm going to just go ahead and start cutting these out while I'm waiting for that piece. Is that a number 2 pencil? Why, yes, I think it is. I don't know if it's a number 2 pencil because it's the wrong color. It only takes a second, right? Okay, that part is ready. Let me get this out of the way. We're going to go ahead and foil this other one. Again, this is the one we did with the rose gold foil over that rainbow background. And maybe I won't like it as much and it'll make it easier to cut into it. Maybe. I don't know. Oh. Okay. Ryan's on a roll. Sometimes I eat glitter. Does that count? Oh, okay. So he wanted to know if it was a number 2. Yeah. You're silly. You are silly. I was busy last night, so I did not get to play Fortnite with you at all, but I have to get a little bit done because you know what? Fortnite's kind of the season's changing. They're going to be having all Star Wars stuff. Okay, Ryan says he saw me. You know what you saw? You saw me in one of the creative mode ones where I was on a grind rail gathering XP to try to make it, try to get enough XP to kind of get all the things before it's done while I was working on other things. No, I went live for 20 seconds by mistake. Yeah, I was playing with some new product. I was actually recording and it was not supposed to go live. So yeah, I know you probably saw me and I deleted the thing. Okay, so this one, I remember I was saying that sometimes you won't get a perfect foiling and sometimes it has to do with the foil. Either the system is hot, like over hot because it's done a few different ones, or it's the foil. And it's possible, this is one of my older foils, this one has got a little bit of over foiling. You can see that? But it's still very pretty. And I didn't actually have it centered. So this one I kind of think would work better as a background because you can cover up the bits that are not 100% perfect. So here are our 2 foiled ones. So I probably didn't put it down exactly straight where I needed to. The plate has shifted and I didn't put it down straight and I wasn't being as careful because I was doing other things too. But I think they both turned out really, really pretty. This one will be a background. This one I'll cut. I may actually fussy cut some of these. These are just so pretty. Love them. Okay. I'm going to turn off the Glimmer. I'm not going to turn off the Glimmer system, but I am going to remove the plate because we also have some Glimmer sentiments. So where did I put my silicone mat for this guy? I had it out here and now I lost it. And I'm actually better organized today than normal. And Todd's probably thinking, what? I can't turn off your Glimmer system. I'm just too... Okay, Ryan. You are nuts, honey. So he just says that he's too fabulous to turn off his Glimmer system. Hey, Ryan. He's not paying attention. I don't think he saw what went up into my screen. Did anybody else? Oh yeah, Gorut. No, Grogu. You spelled it wrong. Yesterday was my wedding anniversary, and Todd gave me Grogu. Okay, push that off to the side, and we're gonna do a little die cutting. Does somebody want to ban Ryan? Honey, I am teasing you and you know it, and you do know Star Wars. We're going to be playing Star Wars quite a bit in the next month. Every week Fortnite has got another thing, like a new thing for it, like a kind of a fun... honey, it doesn't matter. You know what? Jax at one point timed me out and it took away my mod status. Yeah, she was just goofing around but yeah, that's what she did. She took away my mod status by mistake. You do like Jar Jar. Something about using the Force and someone not being someone's father. Okay. Todd's least favorite character in the whole thing is Jar Jar. And I think it's hilarious that we're going to possibly have a Jar Jar Sith in Fortnite. It looks like they're supposed to do that. I don't know if it's going to be a character that we can play, or if it's just going to be one of the bosses that we get to fight. But it's funny. Okay, Ryan says that you would hate him because he's like Jar Jar. Do you talk like Jar Jar? I don't think so. Misa so silly. Okay. So the conversation is all one-sided now. It's all on Twitch, and it's all Ryan because he's being a nut. How do you guys like the pencils so far? We got a bunch of pencils. Oh, you think he's in the battle pass? R2D2. Yes, you are silly, says Bethany. Who are you saying, me or Ryan? I know we both are, and that's why you love us. So it looks like there were ads over on Twitch. By the way, guys, if you are a subscriber on Twitch, you don't have to have the ads. It's kind of a thing that they've got on Twitch. On the YouTube side, I don't turn on I do have monetization turned on. However, I don't have the ads turned on while we're live. They are going to be there during the replay. So coming for the live is, of course, going to make it so you don't have to deal with those. But the ads do definitely help. So that is one of the ways that any and all YouTubers that are monetized and Twitch streamers, they basically, that's how they keep the channel going, is from ad revenue. Frankie has a fever again. Oh, thank you, Ryan. He says, so R2D2 made Jana jump. So now I have a lot of little pencils here. This is fun. Have you tried more cowbell? No, I have not tried more cowbell. I do need to play that one, though, because, yeah, the Todd would actually get a hang out of that. Get a kick out of that. Yeah, words. Okay, so we got all of these. And now I don't know if I want to die cut anymore. Let's see what we've got. I've also got that, I've got this background. Kind of a background, but it's also the card base. Let's see what it would look like with those rainbows on there. It might not work, but we'll see. Aw, I hope he feels better, honey. So, Ryan, were you saying that cowbell might make Frankie feel better? Okay, that would be too busy. But using that as a background or as a matting layer, we could do some pencils over the top. I think that would probably work. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and start trimming this down. Let's see, 2, 4, 6. Is that right? Okay, so we're going to want to cut it down to 4 3/4 by 3 1/2, I think, to do a 3-end sage border, which is the smaller of the two when we're using this as an alignment guide. And I am practicing with it to do that. So since I want my decal edge to be on all sides, I'm going to shift it back a little bit. So I still have some I need to trim off of this side. Okay. And the way I'm doing it, since it's 3/8, it's like I'm counting 2/8, 4/8, 6/8. Yeah, I actually figured out how to do the math. And I'm going to shift it back a little bit more. So it was 3.5. Okay. And now I'll just trim these down to that little bit. So again, this is going to be 4 3/4 on the long side and 3.5 on the short side. And so this is going to go right here in the middle. Jana says, my hubby has the ick again. I've had allergies. He has a stomach bug and he's not a happy camper. Yeah, I understand that one. Yeah, my sinuses are, well, Florida, pollen. Yeah, it's a thing. It is definitely a thing. Okay, so we've got those. We've got our yellow pencils, and then we've got these. And we can do multiple things with them. Oh, I kind of like that idea. So basically having a row of them down at the bottom, and then I can cut them off and then have the sentiment up top. And let me see where my sentiments are. You bought this cutter and you're loving it? I know, right? So we've got scribbled a note to say, do I want to make this one a hello thought card or a thank you card? Because you could do it either way. And I think that would be fun to have those at the bottom. So if it's where, well, let's do thank you because we were thinking of teachers, right? I'm going to go ahead and line these up the way that I want them. And then let's put them on. I'm going to use a couple of pieces of tape for this. Let's see. That actually worked. Awesome. Scribbled a note to say, and I kind of want the thank you to be more to the edge. Hey, Sharon. Welcome in. I'm going to move that actually further over. This guy here, I got at the Dollar Tree. And it's in the automotive section. If they have it, they've gone different times where they have it and then they don't. But this one is used like for picking up bolts and things. It's a great tool though for lining up metal things like your Glimmer plates. Okay, I moved the tape over because I want the thank you to be over to that side. And I'm doing it like this so I can see what it's going to look like and have it lined up. I want the pieces to be lined up together. So I'm using my grid from my mat there. And then I'm going to go with right there. So we're going to basically creating our own sentiment there. Next, leaving that piece out. And I'm going to go across the top here. I want to make sure it's about lined up again there. Hey, Julie, welcome in. Okay. Okay, so that looks like it is lined up on there straight. Okay, I know I pressed it in there and there's no foil underneath it. I know that. So I'm going to have to pull some of it up and then add my foil. And which foil do I want to use? So these are silver. I could go with a little bit of silver and that would match. We can have it all matchy-matchy. But I know that silver doesn't always show up real good on white. So let's do... Why not do red? We've got all the different colors of the rainbow, so we can go with basically any color. Okay, where do we find Ryan to watch his stuff? So let me go ahead and I don't know if it's going to post on both sides, but I'm going to go ahead and give him a shout out on using my streamer bot. And we're going to see if it posts both places. I think it does. Yes, it does. It does have a link for his Twitch channel. So he is on Twitch. He plays Fortnite and he is nuts. You're just seeing a little bit of his nuttiness here. But if I have time and if I'm tired from doing all the other things, oh, that's not straight. Okay, if I'm tired and all the things, I do a lot of times wind up playing with him and he lets us play on his streams. So you may hear my voice in the background. Yeah, I don't know if you want to do that, but yeah, you may hear my voice in the background on some of his live streams. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put some of our foil down. I'm using the hinge method for this. So this little guy here has got the tape that is going to be the hinge. Now, one issue that I've had a lot of different times is that depending on where I place my foil, I may not, because of the hinge method, I may not have the plate actually covering the foil. So that's one reason why I pull it back so far and why I use a little extra there. So I'm going to pull this pretty close to where the tape is. And then we're going to just fold it over the top. Make sure that it's straight. It does look like it's pretty straight. I'm going to just double check. It's a little bit off. That's okay. Let me see if I can hold it in place and then just adjust it just a touch. There. So it should be on there pretty straight. I'm going to cut off the excess because we don't need it on there. And then we're going to go ahead and put this through our Glimmer system. And that's going to put our sentiment there, and then we can add all of these guys on there, and it's going to be flat other than whatever foil I decide to add. So just like before, you need to make sure that you have foil facing away from the card. And we're going to flip it over this way so that the plates are touching the foil system. And these are small enough, I'm able to put it at an angle. I'm going to go ahead and hit the button, and then we will run that through our die cutting machine, and it should be pretty much done. Okay, I'm going to get these out of the way because, yeah. So I have to ask, how many of you guys have got the Pear Blossom Press T-Ruler? So I know a bunch of you guys, as soon as I told you that it was there, I know that there was a lot of orders placed. So I know that several of you guys have got to have it already. Could be people that are not watching the live right now, but I want to know, do you have it? Have you tried it out? And what do you think? Anticutie says that she hasn't gotten it yet. Yeah, it's only like $10. That is a really good price for that. There are a lot of different companies that have got T-rulers. I know Gina K's got one. Simon Says Stamp's got one. I think this is the only one that's got that jig, though. And I'll be honest, that's what I use it for the most. And it's a good tool to just have handy. What? This turned off? Why did it turn off? I hit the timer. Now I have to wait again. Oh, you were not. Oh, they're on back order. Yeah, that's right. I haven't looked to see when they, if I actually haven't looked to see whether or not they've gotten back in yet. Every time Jennifer McGuire talks about it and uses it on one of her live streams, it goes crazy. And yeah, and Amanda just completely runs out. Well, doing the card like what we're planning on doing here means that you're going to have extra. So you could actually do multiples. I'm kind of thinking of going like this. So having top and bottom, and that means you can make two of them. You can make at least two out of just one cutting. That means it's going to be a really good one to be able to do for teachers. Okay, it's still blinking, but it should be about done. So I'm going to go ahead and move some of this stuff out of the way so I can go ahead and run that through. And then we can finish putting the card together. Still on back order. Okay. Good to know. Well, I mean, I've been basically using it on every card. So it's just like any tool. It does sometimes, like any tool, it takes a little bit of time to get the hang of it. It is really easy. I'm heavy-handed. I hold things too tight. And that means as soon as I let go, it kind of shifts. That happens a lot. So I'm having to get used to not doing that. But the more that I do it, the better I'm getting at actually being able to line everything up straight the first time around. Okay, so we've got our sentiments. Let's take a look. So that looks pretty good. It is a little bit overfoiled, and I think that's because I had to turn it off and on again. So let me, where did I put my erasers? Here we go. Actually, it's not overfoiled. I was thinking it was overfoiled. It just has to do with the shape of the N made me think that it was overfoiled. It's actually perfect. Okay, great. And these are so small that it takes no time at all for them to cool, so you can actually touch them. Okay, so that one's done. Put that out the way, put that out the way. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be cute. Okay, we're going to use some foam tape for this because, yeah, foam is live, but it is that thin foam. So that means it shouldn't be too much of a problem when it comes to mailing things. And I'm going to put them on this panel, and then we'll put the whole thing down on here. So these are going to be popped up just a little bit. And I don't know yet where I want them positioned. So I'm just going to add some to the tops and the bottoms because I think I'm going to alternate. Of course, you don't have to do them exact alternating, but see, that one is actually cut a little bit too thick. And I'm probably going to add a little foam. I think I am going to go ahead and add a little extra. I can always trim off the extra foam if I have too much. I need a t-shirt that says foam tape is life. I'm thinking about that. I am. I mean, I could make my own and do an artistry one, but I'm thinking that that would kind of be good swag. I don't know if you guys would want want a shirt that has foam tape is life and then my name on it or something. But I'm thinking that might be a good idea for some swag. You'll have to let me know what you think. Okay, so we've got that one's top. This one's top. Not Pro Joe, welcome in and thank you for the follow. So we would love to know where you're watching from and how did you find us? But thank you so much for the follow over on the Twitch. Okay, so I think if I have them that close together, I should have room for 2 more, I think. Yep, just enough room for 2 more. You can make that happen. I do have something on 4th wall. I think it's on 4th wall. Anyway, I've got something on 4th wall. It's some mugs and stuff, and the things are basically a design that I did probably 3 years ago when I was trying to decide, did I want to change my logo? And then I never changed my logo. But those are still available, and underneath the video on YouTube, I think on all of them, if it's got access to it. Anyhow, I don't remember. Okay, so we're going to do 6. So that means I need to have at about the halfway point. Another good reason to have this guy. You do have a screen print setup. Yeah. So the only reason I'm putting it up there is so that I can see it better. So, and it's the wrong side. Okay, this side. There we go, I think. No, the other side was probably right. That looks too small. It's where I shouldn't have trimmed it yet. If I wanted to be able to see where the center was, because this is actually measured for full 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay. So the halfway point is right in the center there where it has the 0. So I need to have 1 to one side of that and 1 to the other side of that. And we're going to go with that, I think. Let me lay them down first and make sure. And this one is another one of the eraser up. And that's the pencil up. And then we've got, oh, I've actually got 7 instead of 6. Okay, that means the eraser up goes right in the center. I think. I don't know. Let me do that again. I never line everything up straight on a card intentionally. I really don't. Okay. Okay, so this one goes in the center. Okay, that is better. So that one goes in the center, right under where it says thank you. And if I position my foam right, then it shouldn't even touch the matting. Okay. I'm going to go with that. That looks pretty good. I might have it a little crooked. Oh, I've got my panel cut crooked. Did you see that? You guys probably didn't even notice, but I can see it, and it's irritating me now. So now I need to get back out my decal trimmer. Sometimes when you trim things, sometimes the paper shifts, and when it does, you don't have it straight anymore. And I've noticed that quite a bit on this one. So I'm thinking it's my error. So if I have it, it's like basically like 1/8 of an inch down here at the bottom. And it's because I wasn't holding it tight enough. So I got this little tiny bit that had to be cut off so that it's actually straight across the bottom. Okay, now I can do this one again. And we're going to go in the center. It should be right under the thank. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it goes right about there. I'm going to guess and say that that is close enough. Okay. Then I'm going to put the next ones that are, again, with the tip up about halfway between the two. And if it's not completely correct, that's okay. And then I can put the ones with the eraser top. Actually, I think that's too high. Lego. Thank you. Yes, I change my mind all the time. Okay, that's close enough. Yeah, this doesn't have to be exact. This is not rocket surgery. This is card making. Does not have to be perfect. This is going to be cute. Does anybody want to win this card? I know it's not done yet, but does anybody want to win this card? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and trim off the back, and then I'm going to go again over that edge with the with the decal trimmer, so I can try to have the edge kind of sort of close. I'm thinking if I trim this off first, it's not going to be as difficult to go through all of that. Okay. And sometimes Idolize says, what a question. Oh, look at that. That is cute. Oh, that is cute. Oh my goodness, that is cute. I do like this. Oh my goodness. I'm debating whether or not to pop up that piece on foam or just to have it flat on there. Because I'm thinking having it flat is perfect. Okay, since you guys seem to want the giveaway, let me make sure to reset that real quick, and we'll go ahead and let you guys start entering. Reset. Okay, we're going to do a giveaway. So on Twitch and on YouTube, if you are in the chat, go ahead and type ! Join into the chatty chat if you would like a chance to win this card. And I see folks are already popping it in. Awesome. Okay, need to make sure it is right side up. Oh, I love this design. I think this turned out so cute. There is a little bit of foil there that it could either be a period or it is a little bit overfoiling, so I'm going to go ahead and take it off. And I think it needs a little bit, I think that needs a little bit of hearts. We need a little bit of bling on there. So let's see, where do I have, what do I want to add to it? Got lots of rainbow, so I could do basically any color. It would look fabulous. I was wanting to use my Target stuff, but I don't know where I put it. Oh, there it is. That's because it's not in the drawer where the rest of it goes. I did use some of that in a shaker card, so it's actually a little lower than it was. Yes, you are some sharp pencils. And I think Brianna Wiley, welcome in, honey. I do see your name is popped in, so welcome in. And Miss Karen Goodwin. Don't know if I said hello to either of y'all earlier, but if I didn't, welcome. Oh, this is just too cute. Okay, this one does not belong there. That one has to go away. Let me wipe off some of that glue. There, that looks better, I think. Actually, I'm thinking that one needs to go up a little bit. There we go. That looks better. Okay, so this is done. Okay, Bethany says, be right back. Frankie needs some Pedialyte. Yes. I hope he feels better. This is stinking adorable. I love this. So that means that I'm probably going to be making some more of these with all the stuff that I've already done. Yeah, whenever you're doing extras like I tend to do, try to remember to go back and use them instead of just letting them stack up and they never get used. I'm going to do better at that. That's one of my goals. Okay. Oh, I love that. Okay, I'm gonna call it. Is anybody else gonna join in the giveaway? We got 12 people in there at the moment. Is anybody else want a chance at winning this card? Because I'm gonna go ahead and call it, and then I'm gonna have myself some lunch. So, I also have. What else do I have? Oh, there is a summit coming up, so you guys will be getting an email from me tomorrow if you are on my email list. So this one is it's Justine Hovey and Laurel Beard. It's one of the ones that they do. And that one is the Stress-Free Card Making Summit. And this one is going to be all about interactive cards. So I'm going to be making a light up card for this one. I've already heard from someone that looks like the die set that my card is created with is no longer available because that happens. Sucks, but it does happen. So I'm going to go ahead and apologize ahead of time that you can't get the die, but that doesn't mean you can't get the inspiration from the creation, right? Use what you see, because the products don't always stay around forever. And what I used is something that's been out for a couple of years that I figured some folks would already have, and I've been wanting to make a light up card with it for a while anyway, which is why I got it. Yeah, it's going to be all interactive cards, so be sure to get your free ticket and consider getting the VIP or all access pass or whatever they're calling I think it's the Ultimate Card Maker Bundle. Anyway, it's like with all the other summits, there is an option to get the pass where you have ongoing access to all the things, plus a ton of bonuses from all of the presenters. So that email will be going out tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. And then... Okay, and then tomorrow's Friday. Saturday, Mary's going to be live with Lynn, I believe. I believe they're doing one of their mystery makings or mystery card making event things that just there's several people on. I believe Mary's Crafty Creations is going to be doing that one with Lynn on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we have our May the 4th be with you. So be sure to hang out with us for that on one or all of our channels. That would be so wonderful. We would have so much fun. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do the giveaway. I've chatted enough, giving y'all enough time to go in there and join. Hey, Miss Norma. Hey, Crafty Sue. Sis. Make sure to type !join, all one word, to get in on the giveaway so that you have a chance of winning this back to school card. I think these are so fun. And I'm glad I decided to just use half the pencils because now I have the other half of the pencils to use on another card. Yeah. So I've got enough stuff to make. This is basically, you can use one cutting, one foiling, one cutting, and make 2 cards. And so fun. So fun. Okay. She did put in the enter. We've got 14 people on there. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to hit the drum roll. Y'all ready? Who said something? Okay, do I need to give y'all another couple of minutes? I think it's where people are watching and don't realize it's giveaway time, and then they get upset when they don't get to actually be in the drawing. So I'll give y'all another minute or so as I'm cleaning some of this up. Do y'all want to see the pretties from this? Yeah, this is my favorite one. This is my favorite one. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this one. So this one I'm going to cut out. We're going to fussy cut. If you tilt your scissors to the side, it makes it so that you can see that edge a little bit better. Hey, Miss Cynthia, welcome in. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to give y'all another couple of minutes. We keep on having more people get in on the giveaway. I think it's just that they're listening and busy because it's lunchtime, and that it's lunchtime on the East Coast. I know West Coast, it is hard for y'all. I've had some folks say that I have so much trouble getting in to see one of your lives because I'm on the West Coast. It's I think 11 o'clock there. So when I live stream at night, that's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And so they don't get a chance to see that either. And then we've got the folks that are over in the UK. This is perfect time for them, right, Ruth? Because they're so far ahead. So at night, when we're doing our regular 5 o'clock ones, that's like 10 o'clock at night over in the UK. Or over in Europe. So we've got Adelaide and Ruth that come in every week and are basically staying up way past my bedtime to come and hang out with us. Yes, I change scissors depending on what I'm doing. I use my big scissors for if I'm doing like long, straight edges. And if I'm doing curves, I like to use my little scissors. So that's what I'm talking about. It's really easy to cut these out. And this is so that you don't have to have that edge. This would be great also for you to do with just coloring. So you could glimmer them up. You could color all of the individual pencils. I may do that on another card later. But yeah, I think this is so cool. Got a watercolor pencil there. Okay, I'm going to say it's time. I am getting hungry. I do need to eat my lunch. But Ruth had to leave to eat dinner. Oh, so Ruth's not getting in on this. I don't think she entered before going to eat. I'm scrolling up. I don't see her name on there. Okay, well, it happens. It happens. I love all y'all. And she has won quite a few of my cards. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and give away this one. I think it turned out super cute. I'd love to know what you guys think. And I will be posting pictures on Instagram, Facebook, all the places. So make sure that you leave a comment on all of those. That definitely helps that algorithm out too. I'd love to grow over there as well. Anyhow, let's go ahead and hit the drum roll. So who's it going to be? Miss Danielle Vegas. Congratulations. So as always, go ahead and fill out that form. So I've got all of your information so I can get this in the mail to you. I think this turned out super cute. And yeah, I'm kind of thinking I need to do the same kind of thing with this. I don't want to cover up any of the pretty, but it really does look better when we have like that white pop in the middle of that. I love that. But I do have different dyes I could use too. So that could be fun. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to end here, guys. I hope to see you guys in the next couple of days. Today's Thursday. You will be getting emails from me. Tomorrow is Friday. So Friday, depending on how much stuff I've got to get done, you may find me on Jacksbox Chicks' channel or Country Guy's channel late afternoon, sometime tomorrow. I don't know, playing Fortnite. I want to play Fortnite. I'll probably doing that in the next couple of days, but it really depends on how much of my other stuff I get done. That's kind of what I do last. I've also got a bunch of games that I want to play on here at some point. Just because I kind of want to do that also, but I really haven't had the time to do it. So that should be coming up on Twitch sometime soon, assuming I have time to get it done. Yes, thank you so much, Christina. Oh, okay. I have played marbles on there. I have done, what was the one with the cars? I forgot what it is, but I've still got it. Country Guy was asking if I was going to play marbles on stream. So I have done that one. I've done several of them, but it's been like 2 years. And Christina's saying, give me a thumbs up over on the YouTube if you haven't already. And if on Twitch, if you haven't already followed, please give me a follow over there. I would really, really appreciate it. I love you guys. Yeah, I need to go. I have such a hard time saying goodbye. This card will be going out to Danielle, though, and you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in the next couple of days, and I love y'all.